Namaste children. Let us see today chapter 15, Air Around Us. First of all, let me know where is air present. You know obvious? Everywhere. Where is it present? Everywhere. But can we see? No. Answer is obvious, no. But we can feel. But now under the air, three things we have seen. Where is it present? Everywhere. Can we see? No. But we can feel. For example, how to say that we are able to feel the air when we switch on the fan? Know how your hair is flying. When you keep a book open, the paper start fluttering, moving. The sound that shows that air is present. And suppose an empty vessel you are keeping, an empty bottle is keeping. Do you think it is empty? No. What will be inside? Air is there. When you see a bottle, no water, closed, more darkened, that lid is closed, what do you feel? Empty bottle, not empty. Inside, air is there. So, now we should know what are the qualities of this. It's a gaseous matter. Air is what? We got three matter we studied. Gaseous, solid, liquid. Air is gaseous matter. It is invisible. Cannot see. And it's a mixture of gases. Air means different gases mixed and they form the air. As you know, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, many gases mixed and they form air. Then, as we already discussed, present everywhere, we can feel, but it's very, very important, required by living organism. All plants, all animals, microorganism, human beings, everybody in need of air. And it is a renewable resource. What is renewable? If it lost, get it back. That's a renewable resource. And it gives a pressure in all direction. Even it's the reason how a particular thing gets the shape. Our head is round, the body in this form. The pressure gives in all direction. That's why the thing is kept in a particular shape. Both the side the pressure is. Then it occupies space. When the air enters automatically, the space will be occupied. If you don't want, what we have to do? Vacuum it. Then, and we have shown there in the picture, you can see wheeled structure of shown there, where with the air it can rotates. Yeah. Another you are seeing the direction to show. There also with the air only it. And windmill types is shown. You can see there. What are the uses of air? First and foremost, use respiration. Actually, for breathing. Respiration means the reaction what is going inside the body, that the cells, in each cell. But breathing, what we inhale, exhale. There it occurs. And this air only used in the respiration. Then, to generate electricity it needs, because already we have studied last chapters, electricity chapter. Windmill, that means used for generate electricity. Seed dispersal in case of plants. Yeah, small seeds are carried by wind and dispersed everywhere. And sometimes, the boat sailing in the river, the air is very important to give certain pressure. that it helps to boats sailing in the river and helps in water cycle, because after evaporation from the water bodies in the form of water vapor, it has moved to the atmosphere. Then this forms a cloud. Cloud moving all needs air. Then in case of plants, they need photosynthesis purpose the air. You know which gas is required? Carbon dioxide is essential for photosynthesis. It takes carbon dioxide, sunlight, water. Inside is having chlorophyll. With that purpose, they made the food and releases oxygen. Taken carbon dioxide, releasing oxygen. Same plant required oxygen for respiration. Remember well, all living organisms need oxygen for respiration. Plant needs, in addition to oxygen, carbon dioxide too for photosynthesis. Always there will be a confusion. Plant takes carbon dioxide. Plant takes carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. But for respiration, plant also takes oxygen. That no confusion. Then we should know what is atmosphere. That's an envelope present above the earth, having a mixture of gases. And what is the use of this atmosphere in the light? Atmosphere protect us from various dangerous rays which is coming from sun. It absorbs very important UV rays, ultraviolet rays. What it is doing? The atmosphere having a special zone called ozone, a special layer, ozone. It is made up of 3 molecules of oxygen called O3. It is in the upper atmosphere. It absorbs the UV rays. If it comes inside, suppose there is no ozone, the UV will come onto the earth. It may cause us various diseases, skin cancer, snow blindness to the eye, different types of disease to the animal as well as plants. So that is protected by the atmosphere. Then the composition of air. You can see there is a pie chart given. And nitrogen contains more quantity in the atmosphere, around 78.1%. Maximum nitrogen. It is not causing any harmness because it is non-reactive. They do not react with any other, just remain. And oxygen is about 21%. And carbon dioxide 0.03%. That means very less. And other gases in, of course, many other gases are there. There are very meager quantity. Majority nitrogen, then oxygen, very less carbon dioxide and other gases. That is present in addition to water vapor also present in the atmosphere. Yeah. Now let us see about nitrogen alone. And as we already studied, they are the major quantity, 4/5 of the air. If we divide into 5, the whole air, in that 4 times only the nitrogen. And what is the use of this nitrogen? Why do we need? Actually, we do not want directly. But plants need nitrogen for growth. But they cannot use directly. The plant cannot use directly. Later we will see how it uses. But remember now, plant need nitrogen. Another, this nitrogen, nowadays the vehicles, 2-wheeler, 4-wheeler, they are using nitrogen gas for filling to the tires. Nitrogen air. And also in the food packets, particularly whenever you buy Lays and other packet items, Inside, they fill this nitrogen as a preservative. As well as the pocket, you can see a puffed structure. That's because of nitrogen inside. And in the oxygen cylinder, whenever you visit hospital, a patient is given oxygen. The cylinder will not have only oxygen. They mix with nitrogen. Because nitrogen do not cause any harmness. Simply will go and come out. That's why they mix with the nitrogen. Then, the stainless steel factory also for preparation of vessels, there they use nitrogen. And now let us see this hydrogen, how it is fixing into the soil or plants. Different ways are there. One of the way, during rainy season, whenever there is a lightning, using that energy, the nitrogen mixes with rainwater and they form ammonia or nitrate come to soil. Mostly in the form ammonia they reach. When it comes to soil, there are certain bacteria, they convert ammonia into nitrite or nitrate. There are different form of nitrogen. Nitrogen become ammonia, become nitrite, become nitrate. There are different forms. And these nitrite or nitrate alone, plant can use. Plant will not use ammonia because it is toxic, it is poison. They use the form of nitrate or nitrate form only. That is converted by bacteria. In addition, there are certain plants called leguminous plant or legume plants, you might have heard, like pea plants or groundnut plants. Groundnut, they are all legume plants. In the picture it is shown how the root nodules, you see the root nodules, bulges on the root, small bulge. In that there is a bacterium called Rhizobium. Rhizobium bacteria present inside these nodules, and it has the ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen into soil in the form of ammonia, then nitrate, then nitrate. The plant easily can use it for its growth. Plant only produce this nitrogen to protein, and that protein only comes to animal. Already I told you, from the atmosphere during rainy season, using lightning as energy, the nitrogen mixes with rainwater and comes to soil, and that normally they call it as Haber's process. Haber. Haber's process. Come to soil, then soil bacteria converts, used by plants, and then plant produces protein. That protein comes to us, then animal protein. So we cannot use nitrogen directly. And second method we talked, legume plants having nodule or root nodule inside a bacteria called Rhizobium. They helps in fixing soil nitrogen. And here we have given how this nitrogen become a cycle. From the atmosphere, in this method, either through lightning on rain or through Rhizobium bacteria, sometimes even soil bacteria, free-living bacteria, they all takes this nitrogen, brings to soil, from the soil to the plant, plant to animal. After death of the plant's animal, again there are denitrifying bacteria. They bring back to atmosphere. There is a cyclic changes. Nitrogen cycle is given, you can see. So now let us see the next heading, decomposer. See, from the atmosphere, nitrogen is taken to the plant, plant to animal, right? They are all producing protein, plant to animal, animal protein. Suppose they are dead. What is happening? A leaf falls down from the plant. Branches falls down. small animals, big animal, everything dies. What has to be done? These dead organisms should be again converted into simple form. That's called decomposing. Converting compound molecule to simpler molecule. So that who is doing? Done by earthworm, fungus, like mushrooms, and also bacteria, sometimes small insects. There are two major parts. One bacteria, second fungus. In addition, earthworm, insects all involved for decomposing, where the dead and decayed organisms are decomposed into simple form. And then, how to increase fertility in the soil, how we can add more nitrogen in the soil. One is by legume plant. Let's say in the paddy field or in the sugarcane field, they use one season growth of groundnut. These legume plants will fix more nitrogen, ready for next round of your other plant also will take that. Suppose still we want more, then we have to add chemical fertilizer. From the market we are buying the fertilizer, and that will be added by the farmer, called NPK. N for nitrogen, P for phosphorus, K for potassium. In that way nitrogen added to the soil. Right, now let us see oxygen. Already seen oxygen. What type of? It's a colorless, odorless gas. Odor, smell, no color, soluble in water. That means water has dissolved oxygen. That is why fish and other water organisms able to live. And percentage already seen, around 21%. That is sharply if we say 20.95. That's around 21. And it is very essential for respiration of all living organism. No oxygen, no living organism. And also it support combustion, burning of lights. And dissolved oxygen in the water helps to animals living in the water. And there is a this oxygen cycle. Oxygen produced only by photosynthetic plants. All living organism takes oxygen and release carbon dioxide. That the whole carbon dioxide is taken by plants for photosynthesis and releases oxygen to the atmosphere. That means you know well, if no plants, no oxygen, no living organism. That is always they say you grow plants, grow trees. If you are having trees, takes all carbon dioxide and gives you oxygen. And that oxygen required by again all plants and animals for respiration. That is the oxygen cycle. Then coming to the carbon dioxide. As we already told, it is very less, 0.03% in the atmosphere. It is also colorless, odorless, no color, no smell, gas. But it does not support combustion. As you know, when you want to put off a candle, what do? You blow it. When you blow, carbon dioxide more. Automatically put off. Then it is slightly soluble in water. That means water also having carbon dioxide, but slightly soluble, not more. And particularly you can see in the soda and other drinks, water bottle drinks. When you open it, they have in that carbon dioxide that comes out, the bubbles. Now what are the uses? Major use, carbon dioxide is a must for photosynthesis. And then even this dissolved carbon dioxide in the water used by water plants because they need photosynthesis purpose, carbon dioxide they use. Then fire extinguisher. In the firefighting, a cylinder will be there. There they use carbon dioxide for fire extinguishing. Another greenhouse gas, you might have heard it, carbon dioxide will be acting as a greenhouse gas where temperature you want to increase, Then they will be having a shed, like you might have seen closed green color shed type. They will keep plants. They releases carbon dioxide, not allowing to escape out. Then carbon dioxide increase means increase heat. Certain type of plants need little heat. That increases as a greenhouse gas. And normally what is happening, to maintain temperature we use artificially created the shed and where we have a greenhouse effect. But naturally what is happening, if the carbon dioxide increases more and more, atmosphere heat increases, earth surface heat increases. This heat leads to melting of polar ice and ocean level will increase. Ocean increase means what will happen? Leads to earth submerging. That's why carbon dioxide level should be kept in particular concentration, should not increase. Carbon dioxide cycle is shown in the picture. You can see in various form by the respiration of animals, plants, as well as from the factories or even volcanoes through which carbon dioxide comes out, even by our burning of various wooden materials, plant materials, carbon dioxide releases to the atmosphere. Naturally, also from the various sources of this water plants, other thing, they releases carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide used by plants for photosynthesis, and also some quantity of carbon dioxide used for making calcium carbonate. The shell, animal's body may shell, you might have seen calcium carbonate, that are not locked inside. Coming to the water vapor, the greenhouse water vapor, gaseous state of water. Water vapor means gaseous state of water. It is very important for making water cycle, because from the water body evaporates, become water vapor, and that water vapor is sometimes trapped by greenhouse and helps in trapping heat again. Water vapor is added to the atmosphere by evaporation or transpiration. Directly from the water body, evaporation. From the plant, transpiration. And humidity, amount of water vapor present in the air, we call it as humidity. And transpiration is a process by green plants, evaporates the water through stomata in the form of water vapor. That is also another process. At the last part, we have the dust and smoke. Dust means a small particle which are suspended in the air. When the sunlight falls through a small hole, you can see so much dust particle flying. And dust particle present in the air only, we call it a smoke, dust. And smoke is made up of water vapor and gases. Both are polluting the air. Smoke you might normally seen when burning, smoke comes out. Even cigarette, say cigarette smoking. What are the causes of the smoke? Combustion of different things cause smoke. Forest fire, because suddenly it gets naturally. Volcanic eruption, volcanoes. And smoke from cigarettes. And smoke from vehicles and factories. These are all bring smoke to the atmosphere. What will happen? This smoke increase means carbon dioxide will be more. Carbon monoxide will be more. Not required gases may lead to greenhouse effect. That's why we should reduce releasing smoke and dust into the atmosphere. Then only atmosphere will be clear. Thank you.